Hey YouTube! Yeah, so looking through doing the up close series. Here is my Ibanez RG, it's even got the sticker on the back of the headstock. Still, it's an rg530bp, as you can see. This has, I don't know if you can really see that. There's a colour called, what do they call it? Pearl. The Japanese pearl finish, which are very, you really only get it in the 80s, I think, and only the Japanese could do it. I've seen other people try to do it. So this is the BP, which is black pearl. So if you look at the inside, you can see it's got a flame maple top cap on it. There'll be a basswood body on this. It's kind of, it looks kind of grey there, but it's kind of green somehow in there. Got binding on it. So this is a 1986 guitar. If you look on these, the serial number, you can't see it. Jai 86, made in Japan. No, this guitar has been used. So this, by the 80s, this is the last year. So this is actually an RG, not an RG as in what we currently know as an RG. So in 1987 they made the RGs this shape. You know, pointy. I can't get close enough because I've got it in the way. Yeah, so that's when the Steve Vai RG came out, the Steve Vai guitar came out, the RG actually stands for Roadster guitar. This one actually still says Roadstar on it. Roadstar 2 series, and the ultimate expression of craftsmanship. So we've got, this is also the first year that Ibanez had a licensed Floyd Rose. Before it, they had their own bridges. This is actually an original Edge, it's called. And if you look at it, you can see it's a wee bit green there. See if you look there. Can I get something to point at it with? How about this wee piece of wood? See right there? See that wee piece of metal? That's what the Edge thing is all about. So that's like super strong metal, that wee insert. So the bits that actually touch on the posts when you're using it as a tremolo are super hard metal of whatever description it is. So the whole bridge doesn't need to be made of super tough titanium or whatever it is. That's why it's called the Edge. No, it's not super low profile. You know, it's got a wee bit of height to it. You can see it's kind of wedge shaped here. Quite a desirable bridge. Makes a huge difference between this and the previous year's one. I think the previous year's one, there is the one Gary Moore had a couple of them. It's the rg530, which is basically the same guitar, but it doesn't have the edge on it. It doesn't have the fancy paint job. So this is 24 fret. So it's like I think it was the year before, maybe 85. The 24 fret one came out. So obviously, compare this to the earlier Roadsters. You know, the cutaways are just deeper. These are the original Ibanez pickups. I don't really know what they are, so they've got 2 adjustment screws on them, which is better, means you can tilt them. Push-pull pots on. They're not meant to be push-pull pots, they're meant to be push-push pots, but I didn't like them. I've said this hundreds of times actually. There's one sitting there, there's one sitting there. It's like, see, when you've got your push-pull pot, when it's in, that's what an original Ibanez push-pull pot looks like. But keeping these, they might be worth a lot of money, but see, when it's in, right, you push it, it looks exactly the same whether it's in and whether it's out, which, although sounds like a silly thing, it means that every time I was picking this guitar up, I would play it and go, oh, I think that is a single coil. I'll push it in. Oh no, it's not the single coil. And so you've always got to press the button at least once. Whereas in this one now, I've just put push pulls in it, so basically you can just pull it up and you go, oh, right, it's in single coil. So it's got coil splits for the 2 pickups. You can have both of these, both or either, as single coils. There used to be a rubber grommet around that switch, but it totally perished. I think it was the same. Well, they've still got it there. There's like a rubber grommet on it. I don't like these barrel connectors. I would change that on this guitar. The barrel connecting, because I don't like them. These are the original Ibanez speed knobs as well. It's also got these. There. So there's, I think they're called Sure Lock or something like that. my wee red Roadster should have them, but it's like someone's pinched them at some point, and I looked them up. I was, oh, I'll buy a set of them. Yeah, right. What, 50 quid for them and stuff like that. So it's like, no. So I'm the wee red guitar's not getting them. Yeah, so I mean, the quality level, it's amazing. It's a Japanese Ibanez. I mean, Japanese Ibanez are just ridiculous. Even, I was going to say, it's from Big Deal Warranty Invalid if removed. So you see that? If I put that up through that, there's a really complicated way of doing things. Yeah. Big Deal Warranty Invalid if removed. So the warranty is still good on it from Big Deal. You've got Ibanez Smooth Tuner, Smooth Tune 2, tuners. But to be totally honest, is this one? Like, see, they're exactly the same tuners, apart from a slightly different colour, and they don't say Smooth Tune on them. They're just go-to tuners, proper quality ones. Yeah, so I mean, this guitar is one I have to keep forever. Look, I mean, even if it's just the colour of it, I just think it's almost perfect, really. Apart from the barrel jack socket, which I had to replace. The thing I hate about them so much is when a barrel jack goes, that's it. Buy another barrel jack. Whereas like in a normal output, you just put like a wee plate on it, like the way it should be, like that. Just that. That means that you can go in and bend that with pliers and scrape it, put any sort of jack socket on. It doesn't really matter. Okay, it's maybe not quite as neat looking, but sod that. Yeah, so I mean, this guitar's amazing. It should be a live one. I should be gigging. It's just disgusting that I don't gig just now on guitar. This would just be an absolute. Imagine just being for a video. There is actually a video. I can't remember who does it. What band it is. So there's an 80s band where the guy's basically playing one of these all the way through it. He's got a few of them, different colours. This one is available in another colour. You can get a. So this is black pearl. The other one is a something else pearl. It's a sort of reddy brown. And the inside, it doesn't look anything like as good. This is the coolest one. Yep, so up close, 1986 Ibanez rg530bp. It needs strings, it needs a bit of a polish. It's been hanging on my wall. I've got too many guitars, it's disgusting. I think maybe the way other people do it, like, your Paul Gilberts and stuff who have 50 odd guitars, you've got a tech that just looks after them, keeps the strings good on them. It's just a pro level guitar. I mean, I've got fancier guitars, but there's something about this one. It's just absolutely perfect. So, cheers, and I shall see you next up close and personal video. I was going to call it the guitar porn series, but I don't think that's very. I need to work out a better way of lighting. How do I light it? I've got this. Obviously, I've got this. If I turn it off though, you can still see the reflection of it because that's what's holding the camera up. I don't know whether it's better having the light on or light off. Ideally, I wouldn't. My room wouldn't be set up this way. I'm stuck with the window there, so there's only so much I can do. The camera's normally up there, or if anyone's interested in that sort of thing. Yep. So, belter. Actually, you can also just the last thing is the way see the Floyd Rose patent license bit is actually for this bit here. See when you've got the nut and the clamps are one unit, that's the Floyd Rose bit that's licensed, because the rest of it, all this bit, although this is where it says, I'm sure it says licensed by Floyd Rose, licensed under Floyd Rose patents, which came out in 1986. Although I think actually Floyd Rose has just lost his patent. I think now you can make it without having to say licensed by, but it's not this bit because the fine tuners are kind of the same as what you get in a violin, I think, or a cello or something like that. So it's not that bit of it's not really unique. The unique bit is this bolt on. That's why if you look at slightly older Ibanez, they've always got they've got a nut, and then they've got these clamps up here somewhere, which isn't as good because you've got like a gap between there and there. Obviously you can now retrofit the Floyd Rose clamps, no problem. So if you're looking for, if you see one of these, just buy it. There's no flaws. They're just amazing. Right, rock on.